Hey guys, Shunjum 24/7 here. That was pretty much of a different scene. As I said in my Boy and the Beast review, here's the review for Yokai Watch the movie. And I'm not alone.
Hi! Oh, right. Wait, where's the camera? Oh, there it is. Hi! Poetry Ninja, as many of you know me.
This is going to be kind of an awkward review, but... So, initial thoughts.
Well, being the big Yokai Watch fan that I am, I absolutely loved it, even from the previews, and after watching it, I still think it was a pretty enjoyable experience. Really fun ride, and definitely worth it for the Saturday morning that we came out.
And pretty much I thought it was pretty good. I haven't seen too much of the anime, and I haven't played the games, so I was coming into this almost completely blind, so yeah, anyways, so characters, main characters are Nate, Whisper, Jibanyan, Nathaniel, Hovernyan, and I think that's about it, right?
Yeah, unless you count the main antagonists, which were okay character-wise. I think they could have been done a little bit more. Very disappointed in the main villain's dubbing, but it wasn't too bad.
What are your thoughts on the other characters?
Well, being a fan of Yokai Watch already, I'm already familiar with Nate, Whisper, and Jibanyan. I was very much enjoyed by all of their performances. They carried over with all of their original actors for the English. Hovernyan, I actually like more as a helper yokai. In fact, I think he might be my favorite yokai, or one of my favorites now. Nathaniel I actually like more than Nate, which is surprising. But the way Nathaniel, I'll try not to spoil who he is compared to Nate, but Nathaniel is a lot more understood as a character, whereas Nate is just your average, kind of easy to relate to with other people. But when you look at Nathaniel, you find a little bit more to touch on with how he behaves and how he acts, and eventually coming to his realization. In fact, I almost would think that this film is more about Nathaniel than Nate or anyone else. So there's that to consider.
Alright. So, and the story. You want to explain the story? Just a little bit of it?
So, without going too deep into it, the story starts out with our hero Nate getting this sort of monologue introduction of how he has been blessed with the Yokai Watch, which allows him to see all of the different spirit-like entities that cause mischief wherever and whenever it may be convenient, depending upon the yokai, of course. And thanks to the watch, he's befriended a lot of different spirits and a lot of different yokai. But he wakes up one day and the watch isn't on him. He completely forgets about it. And eventually the story evolves into him finally getting his memory back and going back in time to help his grandfather create the Yokai Watch, while also trying to save all of time and all of the world itself. And what are your thoughts on that story?
It was alright. Like I said, I'm in this pretty much completely blind, so yeah, I thought it was alright.
I thought it was good too. It was almost a little bit too easy and too predictable, but that's something that you'll kind of get with most mainstream anime, no matter what the age demographic may be. But the story was still pretty good. As I said, I think it's more Nathaniel's story than anyone else's, and if it didn't have that element, the movie would be very boring. But I think overall, thanks to everything that makes Yokai Watch enjoyable and unique out of every other kind of thing that's out there, it made an enjoyable film. Plus, it was kind of great to see this sort of be a different take for Yokai Watch the anime, because usually it's a slice of life comedy for those of you who actually have watched it like me. And this time around it was more of a serious shonen, which was really, really good. It made it feel very much like the video games, which kind of works with how the staff was approaching it, so...
Alright. So what are your thoughts on the art style?
I love the art style. Granted, it does have its problems, and it's not the greatest looking art, but it's unique and charming enough to, no pun intended on the tribe, is charming enough to enjoy and still find some goodness out of it. And now, I'm sure this is going to be pretty different for you, since this would be completely brand new.
Well, I have seen a couple episodes of the show, so... But, yeah, I thought pretty much the animation was pretty good. And, yeah, that's really all I have to say. And the thoughts on music?
I like the music, but it does get boring after a while when the anime just uses the music from the video game. Not that I am complaining per se, but it just comes off as a little bit lazy. But otherwise, I still enjoy the music. I like the charm that they have with all of the different areas and all of the different moments that happen within the event. But the music's okay. It's enjoyable. It's all right to listen to.
And like I've said in a lot of my reviews, if there's one thing that anime has to go for, it's, even if the story's not so good, then the music is always good. But the music in this was pretty good, and it's really odd. Yeah. And something negative
From me? Oh, Yokai Watch is great. There's nothing bad about it. Yeah. No, there are a few things that are a bit wrong, and I think I've stated them already through this review. The music, despite it still being good, it does come off as a little bit lazy when it's just the music from the video game. The art, granted, is enjoyable, but there are a few little moments with how characters are drawn that just doesn't quite seem right, but it's more nitpicky than actually being much less bad. Overall, the story, if I had to say one really bad thing, the story, while it has its good moments, it's the same cliche shonen anime movie storyline that you'll see. Main character has to save the world by some strange coincidence and gets the help from all of his friends and other allies to essentially reach that goal. But overall, there's not too much else I can really touch on. It's already pretty much been said by me and Jeff, so...
And Final thoughts?
Oh, you didn't want to say anything bad? Oh, okay. Final thoughts. I enjoyed it. Just the big Yokai Watch fan says it's enjoyable. I liked it. Yes. And watching it and being with the crowd that me and Jeff were with, I feel very hopeful that Yokai Watch will do well here stateside, because a lot of us Yokai Watch fans and a lot of us Pokemon fans are kind of trying to watch how Yokai is doing here stateside. And now that the second game has come out and the film has come out and there's a lot more exposure for Yokai, I feel very hopeful that it'll probably continue to do well and will maybe even do as well as it does in Japan, but that might be stretching it. I don't want to jinx it, just in case it doesn't. But otherwise, if you haven't checked out Yokai Watch the anime, I would recommend you do that. All of the first season is on Netflix. There's also little animations and whatnot on the Yokai Watch YouTube page, and it's a great way to just kind of get yourself started and exposed to what Yokai Watch is.
Yeah, and well, like I said before, it's an okay movie. Yeah. And I think I'd have to give it a 3.5 out of 5.
I probably would go 4 out of 5, but that's just me as a fan trying to push it as much as I can. I don't want to put it at a 5 out of 5 because there's the issues with it, but I don't want to have all of these negative things push it down.
Well, alright. Well, that was our review of Yokai Watch the movie, and I'll see you guys next time.